The weight loss war. So I think as we work on weight loss, I think the biggest battle of the weight loss war is actually the grocery store. So this is going to be about winning the grocery store battle. Hi, I'm Jeremy, the tall trainer, and the summation of this is basically if it gets in your cart, it gets in your house. Well, maybe it gets in your house. Maybe you eat it before you even get home. But if it gets in your cart, it gets in your house. If it gets in your house, it gets in your body. So if we get the right things in our cart, we're going to have a better chance of getting the right stuff in our bodies. So what we do at the grocery store is hugely important. So before you go, get a shopping list. So I think before you go is the most important time in the grocery shopping experience. Is the things you do before you go basically decide whether you win or lose. So you have a shopping list. That shopping list is based on a meal plan. All right, shopping list and meal plan. All right, and then what you do is you need to think about also when will you shop next. So not this time, but the time after that, because you need to make sure you have enough food until then. And so that next time is very important because a lot of times people do a great job shopping, and they do a great job for a week or half a week or whatever it is, and then they miss the next time they need to shop. And then, or they don't have a good plan, but then they don't have the resources they need, and so they fall off for a while, and then they beat themselves up. They feel terrible. So make sure you plan in when will you shop next and get enough food to cover you. Maybe get too much, a little bit, maybe have a little overlap in that. That could be helpful to make sure you don't run up short. Another thing is eat. We all know that one, though. We've heard that one before. Eat before you go to the grocery store. So you want to make sure you're not calorie deprived, you're not hungry, you're not starving, and if you go to the grocery store hungry, you will find a lot more carbohydrates in your cart. They will just sound amazing to you, and so you'll be grabbing tons of them. And so that won't help you out a whole lot. And so because once they're in the cart, they're in your body. All right. And then watch this video. So before you go to the grocery store, watch this video again to make sure you remember this stuff. All right. So I'm going to go into a little bit more. The danger zones in the store. All right. So we've got the checkout line and down the bottom there. There's nothing for you there. Nothing helpful for you there. Most grocery stores at least have you enter, in the produce section now, so that's really good. Fill up half your cart in the produce section. That's the green section over here. And then there's a bread aisle. There's alcohol section. There's a red. Those are threat level red. You're gonna need to be on guard for those because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. There's not that many things that would be very helpful for you in there. The middle aisles of the store also threat level red. Be careful in there. It's mostly crackers, chips, cereal. It's mostly just prepackaged carb, different versions of corn and grain. Is what most of that stuff is. And up at the top there, the top right, we got the meat. That's threat level yellow. You can find some good stuff in there. Watch out for the high fat content of the meats. Dairy section and frozen section are threat level orange. So there's some good stuff in there because the frozen section has actually veggies in there, but it also has something else in there, doesn't it? It has something else that may not be that helpful, and that's ice cream. All right, not that you can't have ice cream, but I recommend not stocking up huge on it because if you buy it, you will eat it. So watch out for that. It's better to buy single serving options, and go out special for ice cream than to stockpile your house full of ice cream. All right, so frozen veggies are awesome. We get them all the time. On the dairy section, some people are going to be bothered by milk, going to be bothered by dairy there. So watch out for that. Also, some of the cheeses can be very high fat. So be careful in that as well. Why are grocery stores bigger than ever? They're massive, they're huge, they're ridiculously ginormous. Why are they so big? There are not that many new plants. There are not that many new animals. Sometimes we import new things or something like that, but there's not that many. All right? There is that much more processed foods. There is that much more going on. There are over 10,000 products in the store that contain corn, high fructose corn syrup, cornstarch, corn flour, all of this stuff, just repackaged corn. So they subsidize corn. It's very cheap. So the company started making products out of corn because they can make a cheap product and they can mark it up and they can sell it and you can make a good profit there. And so that's what the grocery store is full of. It's full of these products. Remember when your choice for chips was plain sour cream and onion and barbecue? That was it. I remember it was just that was it. You got do you want plain chips? Do you want sour cream and onion? Do you want barbecue? And then I remember they had wavy chips, and I was like, wow, wavy chips, that's amazing. But now there's a whole aisle of chips. We do not lack for variety in the carbohydrate category there. So the cracker aisle, there's a chip aisle, a sugar drink aisle, which is soda, the other sugar drink aisle, which is juice, cookie aisle, cereal aisle, pasta aisle, bread aisle, etc., etc., etc. It's all sugar, all carbs. We do not need to eat according to the proportions of food that is in the grocery store. We would hardly eat any vegetables if we ate according to the size of the sections, that are mapped out in the grocery store. All right, the frozen section is mostly frozen carbs, ice cream, casseroles, pasta meals, all those ready-to-go meals, mostly carbohydrates, mostly pasta and bread and things. So here's some don'ts. Don't buy ready-to-eat meals. Try to make stuff yourself. You're going to be the most healthy when you're making it yourself. It's not prepackaged, it's not processed. It's got the good stuff. You know what's in it. You put it in there. So try to make stuff yourself. Try to avoid those ready-to-eat things. Don't buy much food with brand names. All right, if it's got a brand name, what's your brand name broccoli? I don't know. I just eat broccoli. So we watch out for some of the brand name stuff because it's probably heavily processed, by mostly corn for a lot of it. Visit the carb aisles. So sorry, don't visit. Of course, don't visit the carb aisles. If you don't see it, you will not have the craving so much. So do not walk down those. Watch out. Be on guard there. You might be better off giving somebody your shopping list and paying them to go for you. So you don't even have to see that stuff. So watch out. If you don't see it, you don't be tempted. So be careful. Don't shop hungry or without a list. You will buy a whole bunch of junk. If it's impulse shopping, you're going to be in trouble. Don't shop while distracted. So, be careful with the kids there, with the husband there. I've heard that's a problem too. And shopping while you're on the phone or things like that. Is make sure you're focused in there so you're actually buying the things that you need to buy, that you're able to read and check out some of the labels to make sure you got the right one there. Don't shop after a long day. Your willpower is the lowest after a long day. So don't shop then. Shop when you're fresh, when you're ready, when you're excited, when you're energized. Shop then. Do your grocery shopping at that time. Top 10 foods on my list, just to give you an idea. You don't have to have these on your list, they're on my list, all right? Lettuce, salads, leafy greens, those are great things. Frozen spinach for smoothies. So I like to buy it frozen. It works out a lot better, cheaper. I like it. Beans, I love beans. They're wonderful. The musical fruit. Hummus, and then carrots, celery, broccoli, cucumbers for hummus. So some of those things, I like the grab-and-go veggies too, so I like to just grab some of those and just crunch on them. All right, chicken, eggs, and lean beef. I enjoy those. Those are going to be my staple for protein there. For frozen veggies, for stir fries, so just random like broccoli things like that. Can be great for stir fry or just cooking up, on their own to have just an extra load of veggies there. Fruit, apples, bananas, oranges, I love those things. So they're really good, handy. I can grab them. I have them at the studio with me. I can snack on them. Protein bars for on-the-go emergencies. And really, technically, if I'm going to be honest, I have one about every day. So watch out what kind of protein bar you get. But you need some of that stuff to manage some of the meals when you're not able to get to a fork and knife kind of meal. And corn chips and hot sauce or salsa. Okay, so I'm not perfect. All right, so that's one of our philosophies, at Tall Trainer is that, we try to move the way God designs to move. We try to eat the way God designs to eat, and we strive to be better, not perfect. All right, perfection is we're never going to hit it. So give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. But if you get a lot of good stuff and you have a little bit of something in there, that's fine. You're going to be okay. You'll manage this wonderfully. So to win the weight loss war, focus on some of those things, because if it gets in your cart, it gets in your house. And if it gets in your house, it's going to get in your body. So this is Jeremy the Tall Trainer saying, have fun, be safe.